Let's hope this works. Okay. Hello! It is a Saturday, and that's right. Your boy is back from watching movies. That was a good one. While we do have some exciting stuff to talk about, I'm very looking forward to this couple of things. I just wanted to say that, hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for being cool. I know life is here, there, everywhere, but at the end of the day, I do believe that we should spend those moments that we do have doing things that we love. And while I love sharing and talking about the universe and how we can use that to better educate ourselves and to go forward being better people, there's a lot of people to take care of. And I can't do it all by myself. So at the end of the day, I just want you to be happy, content with your life, having people that love you, that you can love, and having that safe space of comfort where you can hopefully feel yourselves and feel peace during these trying times. And that brings us to our very first movie of the day. Yes, baby Jesus. A big, bold, beautiful journey. Now, listen, man. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I am a huge fan of romance. I love a good moment where people like drop the shit, learn how to reflect with each other, and either decide or choose to walk a path together or go separate ways. And this film, by one interesting Sony production, is pretty damn cool. You got Colin Farrell. He's like this dude that's pretty like, low key, pretty stoic. I appreciate that. And you got Margot Robbie coming straight out of freaking Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey, but representing a more contained version of that JK gal that will blow up on you, the JK Mind Girls that will blow up on you. So essentially, we have a fun little journey where Colin Farrell is offered a rental car with the GPS. Can't leave without a GPS. But while this GPS is very helpful, yes, it's also somewhat supernatural as it keeps on encouraging our characters to hit certain spots like on their way back home or to the rental service. We get Farrell and Margot Robbie meeting at a wedding, the most romantic place on earth. And while they're there, they're kind of vibing, they're gelling, but you can tell that there's two people in the room that just have an attraction, but don't have the motivation to actually go after something like that. And while we see how Robbie is able to kind of like express herself, and we see that there's so many layers as to what these people are when they arrive at this wedding. And as we go through this journey of trying to understand each individual through historical moments, like these important touchstone pieces of their history that creates the person that they will eventually become to the person that they are now. And seeing that little journey backward really gives you an idea of just how radical people can become when certain moments happen. Just you never really know just how much of an effect that moment can have on one person while completely meaning like nothing to another. And it's true, we're all human. We all have moments, we all have lives, we have a limited amount of time because God given, that is what we deserve, right? We're placed on this earth, we are able to walk in any direction, and we're able to choose any path that we would like to if we're allowed to be free. But as you know, freedom doesn't always mean perfection or doesn't mean greatness, right? Sometimes we're allowed to be ourselves and we're left to our own devices, and we choose to act in certain self-destructive manners, and that in itself is its choice. So the question is, why? Why do we do these things to ourselves when deep down, maybe psychologically, we understand just how much damage we have been putting on our emotional strains, on our bodies, on our physical capabilities, and yet it's hard to pull away from that comfortability, even if it is something that we know is not good for our soul. So, as we go through this journey, we're understanding Margot Robbie's character, we're understanding Colin Farrell's character, we're seeing really interesting moments of their past. Some of them very like heartbreaking, some of them just nerve-wracking, others like inspirational moments. And you understand the idea of what this journey, this car ride together means for these two people trying to find something real or something deeper than just the superficial that we've been sold, or something that we've been chasing our entire lives, a unrequited love, a person who was never there, an emotion that has not been acknowledged for years but still lurks in the recesses of our minds. And it's not all pretty, you know. Obviously humans aren't pretty 100% of the time. We can be nasty creatures, we can show the worst of ourselves. And I have to give this film credit for actually showing these things, like giving these, being honest about just how easy it is for a human being to go through life and then reflect on that and go, well, this is why nobody can love me, or this is why I will never be able to find something real. It takes it seriously. As far as just being a moments of happiness, sprinkling in scenes that really make you feel, that make you smile, right? The chemistry between these two characters is so good, and it sucks that like it's rough. It's out there. Oh, we just got blocked. Very nice. And it's that Sony company blocking shit again. Are you serious right now? And yeah, man, it's an interesting moment, man. It's just, these people have a lot going on. There's a lot of history there. There's reasons they can't necessarily open up, or they don't feel safe opening to each other. But as this journey progresses, as these moments happen, you see these characters start to reflect, and with any luck, with if there is a beneficial being in this universe, then yeah, you see the inclinations of something real happening. You see the interaction, you see the openness, you see the availability of emotions. And at the end of the day, that's what we're looking for. Someone who can see us, someone who knows us, someone who can be compassionate, but also realizing why you need these things, or why these things are affecting you a certain way. And I'm not gonna tell you it's easy. These guys, it took a whole road trip mixed with car explosions and mysterious doors in the universe to bring them together. But they did it. You know, they had a moment, they spent it together, they really gave each other the space they needed to grow, to express themselves. And man, at the end of the day, like, that's all you can really wish for. That's all you can really hope for, in my opinion. The patience, the understanding, and the love. It comes with pain, and it's the bonds are formed through pain, but getting past that pain can be a beautiful thing. So, a big, bold, beautiful journey, if you wish to accept it. Journey, adventure is out there. All you gotta do is take the steps. So, very cool. I really, really enjoy that. Something that I do wanna detect the video belonging to. So now they're doing copyrights on fucking movie trailers? Are you fucking cunts serious about this shit right now? God damn, I fucking hate YouTube, man. Anyways, we're streaming on Kick, we're streaming on Twitch, doesn't fucking matter. I fucking hate this fucking universe. Just stop being a little bitch. Seriously. That's all there is to it. But big beautiful universe. I would want to recommend it. I knew it. I was in the movie theater being like, this is a Sony production and it's gonna be fucking little bitch talking about this. But one thing that I will throw out there right now is that the soundtrack for this movie is created by Joe Hisashi. Now you might be going like, who the frick is Joe Hisashi? Have you ever heard of a movie called Spirited Away? My Neighbor Totoro? Yeah. Ghibli man himself, music man himself, Joe Hisashi, did the soundtrack for this movie. What? And naturally that comes from Sony being Sony, having Sony money and fucking hiring this guy from the Ghibli movies to fucking pay for this shit. And it was nice. I liked it. I genuinely did. They even have some original Laufey performed songs. Yes, that Laufey. So that's how you know that this romance film is really trying to prove that it's a romance film. And I think it succeeds. In parts where most films would have like this huge explosion of like, oh my god, I messed up and blah 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 blah. Like, no, we need to love each other and we need to be together forever and ever, and like this big grand explosion of why we should be together. That happened. Yeah, it blocked the fucking thing. Well, it does that. It would be. It handles things very, very maturely, right? It presents all of the issues that these characters have, and it leaves it at that in terms of saying this is who they are, this is what they're going through, and it's a choice on both sides, whether one decides to accept the person and the other just and while accepting themselves. You by accepting yourself, right? By going through the journey, by understanding all those negativities, all those emotions that one has been containing for generations, you find identity, and in that identity you find how to accept. Because you know who you are, you're able to love that much more without fear, without disappointment, right? We should never look for someone expecting something out of them, because that's not what love is. But finding someone, appreciating someone, and being thankful that they're there, even if just for the moment. Now that goes a long way. So, if you've been curious, if you're wondering what that's all about, then yeah, man, go hang out, go check out. Oh, we're back. Hell yeah, fuck you, Sony. Go check out A Big Beautiful Journey. If you can, just sneak into the movie. Don't pay Sony anymore. I'm done with their bullshit. They have Demon Slayer money, they have fucking movie money, they have stupid ass ad revenue money. Like, I'm done. I'm here to talk about what directors, writers, creators want, not your fucking productivity. So you can go fuck yourself in the ass and we can move on. Romance. Now, why is he angry? Have you ever heard of capitalism? Wow, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, capitalistic tendencies do have a way of destroying everything that we hold dear. Values, understanding, hope. Multiple expressions of what it means to what it means to be human. And I hear. What does it mean to volunteer? Let me ask you something. If you had 10 people in a boat and someone sealed the boat shut and told you, listen, you're all about to suffocate in about 45 minutes. But wait, down in this bottom floor, in this little corner down here, there is an escape. Your choice. Now ask yourself, is that really a choice? Live or die? One chance for redemption. One sliver of hope, and that's all you get. Is that hope? Is that freedom? Well, in Stephen King's adaptation, son of a bitch, go get a fucking life. King's adaptation of it. Everything's just fucking breaking down right now. Stephen King's adaptation of The Long Walk. We have one Mark Hamill. That's right, Luke Skywalker from The Force Awakens, except that movie doesn't exist. Because fuck Disney. Cancel Disney Plus, please. I love you. Mark Hamill has essentially came up with the bright ass idea that after the world, we'll call it World War III. It doesn't even matter anymore. We're practically there. But after World War III, America is in shambles. Economy is crap. The people hate each other, and there's less than hope. So wise man Mark Hamilton goes, listen, this is what we're gonna do. The people don't want to work. There's no benefit to actually trying in this nation anymore. We have lost the war. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get one 18-year-old, one 18-year-old, young adult from every state. What the fuck is your problem? Jesus fucking Christ, what the fuck is your problem? Jesus fucking Christ. And we're gonna have them compete. Some people call it a battle royale. I say Darwinism. Because while everybody understands that this is what we're doing, who the fuck is fucking around with this shit, man? God fucking damn it, you can't fucking catch a break. Fuck, man. Jesus Christ. Well, everybody has the choice to sign up like a draft, get drafted for this walk. Only one kid per each state is selected to participate in the long walk. Now, what is the long walk? Essentially, these young gentlemen are rounded up, put in a single straight road, and are told to just start walking. There is no breaks. There are no breaks. There is no end goal, and there's only one winner, and that is your annual occurrence of the event that will make people encouraged to work harder, because every year they see that one winner that gets the money and that gets the one wish, and everybody wants to be that guy. Every young male wants to be that guy. So the stage is set, the cast is brought to the starting line, and the starting gunfire has been shot. Here we get one of the most like, oh my god, it's like such an interesting interpretation of what I presume is the band of brotherhood. When you go to war, when you get drafted, when you're sent to a boot camp, when you're sent to away from your family, when you don't have anybody you know, and you're forced to participate in this act together. It's incredible to see just how much humanity can be found in the most trying times. Yes, we do have a free-for-all. This, at the end of the day, this is a free-for-all. We're getting flagged again. Are you fucking kidding me? At the end of the day, this is a free-for-all. People like that. Can't fucking catch a break, dude. I'm getting hacked. I'll be honest with you, I'm getting hacked right now. Trump, Russia, and all his fucking cronies are looking at me right now, and I'm being serious right now. I'm not even joking. We're in trouble. America's in trouble. Fuck you, Trump, and fuck all your stupid MAGA representatives. Like, fuck you guys. Like, real talk. The long walk. It has moments, man. It's easy to just look at these. At the end of the day, I think you should maybe not necessarily judge a person, but understand a person through their actions, right? And here, when you're left to your devices, when the world is open, you don't have much but each other, and things start off well enough. You know, it's just a normal walk. These boys are out here, these 50 boys are out here together, making it happen, one step in front of the other. You have some people that are trying to be friendly, some people who are trying to be like, hey man, we're gonna be stuck here for a while, might as well just be cool about it. We have some people who start off on a bad foot, being like, nah, fuck you, I'm gonna win, I'm gonna win. This is my opportunity to become the GOAT. And you see each character bring their own baggage to it. You know, you have your funny character, you have your smart mouth character, you have your crazy annoying little Asian kid, no offense, and then you have your geeky glasses guy with like, yo, I'm gonna write a book, man, I'm a book guy. And you see it, you see this hope, you see this kind of this flash of youth, right? The thing about young men that you need to understand is that they are filled with so much vigor, so much hope, so much energy. You could do anything with a group of young, well-trained, individualized young men. You could do anything. I promise you that. But unfortunately, with the way the state is, the nation is, these gentlemen are forced to do a long walk. And we see them. We see their personalities mingle. We see certain characters click. We see certain characters kind of rub off the wrong way. We see how this walk affects them mentally, and we see how that affects how they interact with each other. And yeah, I'll be honest, it is a bit of a slow burn, right? Because it is a movie about walking and trying not to get headshotted by slowing behind back. But at the end of the day, I read somewhere that it was a little too slow, or the movie was kind of boring, whatever. But not to me, because at the end of the day, this is a character study. You see each character, you see each young man, you see how each state is represented through them. You see how each city line we pass through has different types of citizens, all just looking at these group of men representing something. America, right? And it's brutal. It's really brutal. There's some scenes in this that you're just like, it's just rough, man. I don't think I I don't think there was ever a moment when, one of the kids had to get knocked out where I didn't have like a visceral, like a oof, like a reaction. And I think that credit comes from how well the characters were portrayed and or written. And whether that comes from Stephen King or whether that comes from a really good adaptation team, it was interesting, to say the least. And yeah, in the shreds of chaos, in our darkest times, even through the worst moments of our lives, I believe it is nice to believe that somehow, somewhere, in some capacity, we can still pray for hope. That even in the darkest moments, we can have people who still represent the light, the goodness in the humanity, that are willing to open up and accept, even if they know that pain comes from acceptance. But maybe the pain is worth it. If it means unity, if it means cooperation, if it means finding a brother on the other side, then maybe the walk was worth it. Now, how this movie ends, right? We really early on were introduced to our main character, which is the whiter dude. He was actually in a couple of cool movies. I think he was in Licorice Plaza, which is a really fun romance kind of growing of age movie that I really, really liked. It was like 4 years ago. I was working at SoFi Stadium at that time. But he was great in that, and he was great in this too. He really has a knack for like being like a laid back, like super chill, hey man, what's going on type of dude. And I think he did great. I think everybody in this film did great. They each had their roles to play, and they each brought it to the table, and it worked really well, right? You feel like you have an understanding of certain people by the end of the film, and you feel like you understand why they commit certain actions, and whether that's the right action to commit or not, you still got to give them credit, man. These guys really put it in all on the line, and pun intended. And the result, well, with any luck, the result is we move forward. So, in case Mark Hamill was enough to get you into the deal, please. It is a slower film. I'm the type of dude that really likes character arcs, so I don't mind anything about this movie. I thought it was a great movie from beginning to end. The moments of impact were like, shit, like you expect that at a certain point, but it doesn't make it easier to understand what is happening. And yeah, the social commentary and what it brings to the table in terms of what is this for? What are we fighting for? And is there really no better solution? If this military personnel is forcing this one solution on us, then you gotta assume that they're trying to hide something else. So, with that being said, fuck Donald Trump. Yay critical thinking. Educate our youth. Educate our youth. Stop fucking canceling shit just because it hurts your tickle. It tickles your pickle. History is history, and we need to know. We deserve to know. So go fuck yourself. Thank you for walking. Let's get it. Last one, even though we're blocked as fuck. Yeah, YouTube sucks now. Everybody quit YouTube. I'm done. I'm done. I quit YouTube. Copyright cat can suck it. Sony, YouTube, Donald Trump. Taking names, boys. Somebody get me Death Note. What does it take to be the greatest of all time? Blood, sweat, tears, sacrifice. Now, people like football. I'm people. I love football. I love the sport. I am a huge sport fan. I am not a team fan. I have an admiration for the sport and its rules. And that includes soccer, that includes hockey. I like hockey. I actually like hockey a lot. I like playing the sports. I don't give a fuck about teams and the representative unity and the fandom and how much of a cult-like experience it can be. But regardless, we watch Super Bowl once in a while. I wouldn't say every year, but that is something that, you know, is considered the American pastime. We talk about the Super Bowl halftime show, and that's essentially like the biggest trailer advertisement because capitalism. I'll put this into perspective. Whoever bought SoFi Stadium, whoever paid for SoFi Stadium, essentially the word that I got was that through Super Bowl halftime show, they remade all the money it took to build SoFi Stadium in Inglewood times 4 or 10. I don't remember. I want to say 10. But like, at the end of the day, the money they made off of the Super Bowl's commercials paid off the SoFi Stadium construction and then some. So that should just give you an idea of how stupid America is. Well, what if I told you that just like everything else, football was stolen from the Indians? Just like everything else, culture was taken from these people and then marketed back to the Americans. So we're here, we're football fans, and we have this young man who was raised from a very young age to love football. One of the shittiest feelings I imagine is understanding that your parent loves one thing and one thing more than everything else. And to some people, that is football. To some people, that's soccer. To some people, that's drugs. To some people, that's alcohol. You see what I'm getting at? So when this young man's dad passes away, he makes it his life mission to become the GOAT, the greatest of all time, the football quarterback star that his father could never become. I get it. I get it. I'm not here to judge. Just saying, life is mysterious in many ways. And yeah, man, you could say that, like, you know, maybe that gives them some structure. Sports are great for the kids because it keeps them out of gangs and it helps build teamwork within a group of healthy individuals their age. And yeah, there's lots of benefits to being part of a team. There's lots of benefits to being in a sport, you know, especially as a young male. Again, we have fucking energy. You need to fucking understand, these guys are carrying fucking energy. Put them to good use. Make use of their abilities. Don't fucking berate them and talk shit to them because they're men. They're fucking idiots. So, This guy gets the opportunity of a lifetime. Become the next football quarterback star for the specific team that his father fell in love with. Here to take up the mantle of the last great quarterback that he himself grew up respecting because his father loved the quarterback more than his own son or whatever. Hey, probably it's not, might not be a joke. So yeah, man, it's one of those moments where like, yo, this is it. This is the fucking, like, this is gonna be it. This is my big break. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna give it all I got, and I'm just gonna show him that, like, this is it. My time is now. Can't see him. It's John Cena. And great until he gets attacked. And starting off easy, right? The idea of how the diehard fans can be crazy. How crazy the diehard fans are. It's fascinating, man. I've seen it. I've worked SoFi Stadium. I've seen the Raiders fans fucking litter all their fucking shit on the stands just cause what? They don't have any fucking manners? You're a Raider and you fucking lost the game. Go fuck yourself. So it's not that much of a stretch to say that if someone, i.e. a red Republican, were to tell people to mob a Capitol, that certain people would think that is the correct thing to do. So, with that mindset, let's talk about football. Football's a great sport. I love football. I did it in freshman year. It was such a good time. And while I did enjoy my time, right, I would say I am like a about average height dude, but I'm a bit wider than most dudes. So I could still square up with the taller dudes, hence why I was the center position, i.e. the guys that snaps the ball to the quarterback. And that was my job. Throw the ball to the quarterback and push the fuck out of anybody that comes your way, making sure that your boy is protected behind you so he can send the shot, the homie makes it the catch, and bam, that's a touchdown. So I like football. I have a vague understanding of, a fairly educated understanding of what it means to be part of a team and what expected from those roles. So we get to a part that, yes, number one quarterback man goes like, listen kid, I've heard the word. You're my replacement. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna train you myself. You're gonna get the greatest treatment, you're gonna get the strongest education, and you're gonna be my successor. Pretty good deal, right? What does it take to become the greatest? Everything. And that is the start of our downward spiral, pun included. We start by seeing things that are extra. Let's just call it extra. For some reason, a young man needs to get his daily steroid shot because, yeah, that's probably what happens in the big NFL leagues. It's not a steroid, but it's testosterone mixed with other shit, and then you compound it with TRC, and then you go